What's up, Wisdom Warriors? What's happening, YouTube? How's everybody doing? Back with another video. And this topic, I feel like, is one that we all can learn something from, which is slow down and listen. And I feel like these last few years have really required us to slow down and listen. And what I mean by that is listen to the voices within, listen to your higher self, listen to your soul, and that's exactly what I mean by that. If you aren't exactly familiar, we have a spiritual side of us. We have a soul inside of us that speaks to us all the time, but with so many distractions that we are brought to our attention, like television or our smartphones or social media or shopping or addictions or gaming or pornography or the list goes on, food addictions. All these things can numb us and distract us from going within. And what that means is, because I will say this, I always heard throughout my life when I was younger, oh, you have to go within, meditate, go inside yourself, listen. I never could understand really what that meant. It took me many years of just growth and evolving and understanding to actually understand what that meant. And it really takes effort to slow yourself down and to actually listen to what is coming through. And again, with all those distractions and numbing, it takes time to actually even understand what that means. Or when you hear things coming through, to actually decipher what is actually coming through. And it takes a lot of questioning things and questioning yourself and asking questions. Well, why am I feeling this way? That's a new thing that I have now taken on, because before what I was doing was, what do I need to learn from this? Which is a great question. And I feel like every time you're in a situation, that is really valid and excellent question to ask yourself. What do I need to learn from this? And journal it. What do I need to learn from this? What is this situation that I'm going through continuously? Be it with different people, be it with different situations. What do I need to learn from this? And then you take it a step further and say, well, why am I feeling this way? And you sit by yourself in silence in your car or wherever, as long as there's no distractions, and you begin to ask, why am I feeling this way? What is it? Could it be anger? Could it be frustration? Could it be fear? Could it be, and the more and more you question and ask those things, the more and more you will listen and hear those answers. As you begin to slow down, which I mean by slowing down, I don't mean like you work 80 hours a week and just completely stop, because obviously you have bills to pay and whatnot. But what I mean by that is, instead of you turning on that television or going on your smartphone every day at 8 o'clock, go on at 8:15 and take 15 minutes to slow down and go into quieting yourself and close your eyes and just take that 15 minutes and just listen. Listen to whatever comes up. Listen to what you hear. Listen to what you feel. And the more and more you do that, the more and more you're going to enjoy that time to slow down, and give yourself that, because you need to fill your cup, and it requires you to slow down and listen. And if that's very hard for you, do it for 2 minutes, 1 minute a day. It will gradually get better and better. Or try going out in nature with no technology. I talked about this in a previous video about detaching from your smartphone. And what I mean by that is leave your smartphone at home and go for a walk in your neighborhood, be it 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're going to slowly feel like you're going to want to do it more and more and more, and longer and longer. And I said it in one of my videos about detaching from the smartphone that I really felt freer and lighter when I didn't bring it with me. And then when I brought it with me, it felt much heavier and darker, and I didn't feel as free as I did going out there with nothing. And I really, really challenge you to do that. And I challenge you to take more time by yourself without technology, without your smartphone. Leave your smartphone in the kitchen or in another room, and spend a few minutes with yourself, listening to what you hear, listening to what you feel, listening to how you feel, letting those feelings come through. I do it every day when I do yoga, and Kundalini yoga has changed my life. I've been doing it now for a year, over 2 hours a day, literally consistently every single day. I have not missed a day. And it's become a part of my life. It's become a lifestyle, just like many other things that I've actually taken on, which are completely new things in my life and completely have changed from what I have done in the past. And it's made a real huge difference. And I strongly, and I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear if you've tried it. I'd love to hear what videos you want to hear. I'd love to hear what you'd like me to talk about. I'd love to hear if you detached from your smartphone and went out in nature, and how long you did it for each day. I'd love to hear if you sat in silence and didn't turn on the television or a smartphone or social media or food addictions, and you just sat there and listened. And if you're called to talk about it, talk about what you heard. I'd love to hear it in the comments. It really, really has helped me dramatically. Like I said, in the past 10, 15 years ago, I didn't understand what it meant to go inside of yourself, to quiet your mind. And that is what quiets your mind. The more you sit there in silence and listen, the more your mind quiets down. It may be, like I said, a little noisy in the beginning, but it does quiet down. You start to break down the messages, and you start to understand what's coming through. And really, majority of the time, it's just about you spending that time with yourself. That's what your soul wants, the time for you to listen. And the reason it's getting so loud and you're feeling anxiety, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not claiming anything. I'm just telling you that the way those types of things work is when you don't pay attention and you ignore what the body or the mind or the soul is trying to tell you, it just keeps getting louder and louder, which is through anxiety, usually. And which then, I learned this really amazing analogy, how anxiety works, and it was really, really phenomenal, and I really understood it. And it's like you sitting in a school bus and you're way in the front of the bus and there's kids in the back, and the kids are trying to tell you something and you're not listening. So the kids keep getting louder and louder and louder. And that's typically, or pretty much, what the definition of anxiety is. When you don't listen, it gets louder and louder and louder through sensations in the body, through all kinds, and then it just gets more and more confusing to where you don't know what is going on. And again, I'm telling you from my experience. I'm not telling you what your situation is. I'm telling you from my experience. It begins to get louder and louder, and the more you don't listen, the louder it gets. And so the body and the mind and the soul wants you to hear these things, and there's no other way for it to get you to understand but to get you to slow down. Now, the wise thing to do is slow down on your own and not allow the universe to slow you down and give you a kick in the ass to where you're on the ground down to your knees, like what has happened to me many times in my life because I didn't listen the first time or the second time or the third time. So what begins to happen is, well, your soul, your mind, your body will say, well, this dude or dudette is not listening. So, and it's not funny because, trust me, it is not fun when you don't listen, and the universe has to wake you up through physical ailment, through you having a challenge, through a sickness, through depression, through anxiety, through all different kinds of ways there is to wake you up. And a lot of times there's individuals that never wake up and they continue to go through these difficult challenges and still don't wake up to it. But it's interesting because the way that your soul or the universe has to wake you up is through a challenge, whether it be sickness or whatever. And at that point, you have to listen, because at that point you're in bed, you can't get out of bed, you're injured, or you have a leg injury, or whatever it may be. You're now forced to slow down and listen. And again, like I said, there's people that distract even then through television, through their phones, through social media, through other individuals distracting them constantly. And regardless of them being in bed, they're still distracted and they're not listening. And then it just gets harder and harder challenges to the point where you're kind of forced to listen, but then people still don't listen because they distract through going to the doctor and freaking out and fear and all these different things. And it never ends up happening. And that I've seen that with people in my life. And it's very sad to see and hear and to watch. But there's been some major challenges that I've gone through in the last 4 to 5 to 6 years, and they've caused me to majorly slow down to the point where it is, I've been listening. I've been forced to listen, and even the move that I made has brought me to a place where you can't do nothing but slow down and enjoy the beauty all around you as be nature. Where I was previously, it was a lot of distractions. And I found ways continuously to avoid those things of going inward and going into quiet and peace with myself. And, I just didn't understand to that point or that level. And again, if you want me to go deeper into this, which I would love to, and I feel like we're gonna need a part 2, just like my other videos, which I'm working on part 2s for, because this is a really lengthy topic. And but if you want me to add anything to it, comment below, the video and tell me what you would love to hear, or if you don't understand exactly, because like I said, it took me a very, very long time to understand what meditation was, what quieting the mind was, what, you know, listening, questioning yourself, asking yourself questions, journaling, what it really meant to do all of that. So I hope that this video touches somebody's heart and can really, really help you to take a few minutes with yourself, because that's showing yourself love. That's giving yourself self-love. And the more you do that, the more you're going to love yourself, the more you will care for yourself, the more you will take time for yourself. And instead of taking time to people please and make everyone else happy instead of yourself. So I urge you to go out in nature without any technology, to, if you watch TV at a certain time every night or go on social media, do it 10 minutes later and spend that 10 minutes with yourself. You will learn so much about yourself, and it will be a beautiful thing, I promise you. So I hope you found something within this video that could help you find peace within yourself and to get the answers you need to help you grow and evolve as a human and as a spiritual being. So like the shirt says, inhale, exhale, and repeat. Always go to your breath. I spoke about it in a short video I did the other day. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Always come to that breath, man. It works. Trust me, it works. You begin to learn to come within yourself even more by going to your breath and following your breath in difficult situations. But I'll do a video on that. I know I did a short. I hope this video found you some sort of peace. I wish you all the best. We are on our way, guys, to this, guys and girls and ladies and men, to this new earth, to this beautiful earth. I can see it. I've been seeing visions of the beauty that's going to be all around us. And we just have to keep going, man. Keep evolving, keep growing, keep changing for the better. Keep coming to the heart, less up here and more down here. And we'll see beautiful changes, man. We will. We'll open up to source. We'll open up to spirit. We'll open up to just grow and evolve. And I love, love, love all of you from the bottom of my heart, from my heart to yours. This community is going to grow. I see it growing so big. I see us all helping each other, being there for each other, giving a helping hand to each other, and just evolving and growing together. I love you all. Please, if you haven't, like this video, share it far and wide. Send me to the moon. And subscribe if you haven't. Share and like this video, please, because you help it put it in the algorithm so we can get more people in this community. And we're the Wisdom Warriors, guys and girls and ladies and men. We got this. Much more content to come. I love you all. And I will see you soon. Take care. Love you.